Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I feel a little better, so I'm recording today. So now we got the second part of the arena, as you saw from the title of the video. If you haven't watched the one, go watch it. It'll be in the upper right corner. It will pop up right now. So go watch it. I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2. Okay, let's start the video. Let's start the arena. So our first matchup is against the farmer. On this side, we have a guy with a pointy pitchfork. And on this side, we have a guy with a giant axe. Let's see who wins. Probably the guy with the giant axe. I don't know what to expect. Go. Okay, ice, and then hits him with the back of it, and he wins. Okay, on to the next round. So on this side, we have a guy with a boulder. He's going to be battling the Jarl, which we have already seen before. Let's start. Immediately, he hits with a catapult, but it's not enough to knock him down or break him. And then he smashes him instead. Somehow he dies, but Jarl goes on to the next round. On this side, we have the hay baler with his puny stick, and this guy with axes who can jump really far. His name's Berserker versus hay bale. Go! He immediately jumps and tries to get him, but the hay baler is still vigilant and gets stabbed really fast. But you missed a lot of shots. But at least he now has to fight the next unit. Now we have Harvester versus the same guy as last time. Harvester with her big scythe. Can she beat the Berserker though? Berserker does the same tactic he does, but it doesn't work this time. And Scythe immediately hits him and he dies. On to the next confusing one. On this side we have the Chieftain with his 2 axes. He is ready to ask this archer a question. Let's see how it goes. Archer shoots its first arrow, but he still wants to kill it and manages to do it. Let's now see if he can face off against his next opponent. Now we have the Protector against the Chieftain. I'm not betting he's gonna win. Yeah, he just immediately gets stabbed. That's just sad. On this side, we have the Valkyrie, which it has 2 wielded swords and has wings that can fly and charge towards any opponent. But the Bone Mage thinks he can shoot anything that touches the ground, which he thinks that bird will touch the ground. So let's see how it goes. He manages not to cast a spell and kills himself. Okay, on to the next round. This is going to be another interesting one. Ice Archer versus the Hoplite. I don't know what I'm saying. He has a very jagged spear and a circle shield, and the Ice Archer has a frozen bow. Somehow it's not shattered already. See who wins. Ice Archer misses her first arrow, and the Hoplite immediately stabs it. Hoplite goes on the next round. Can the Knight, the greatest warrior of the kingdom, defeat the king, the greatest king of their kingdom? Let's see. Knight goes in for his charge, but then he gets swiped, but he's not dead. He's not given up yet. Then the king hits him in the legs and he dies. Now let's move on to our next 2 units. I don't know how this match is gonna go. A guy named Sarissa thinks he can defeat a halfling, which is just a child. I don't know what this is. He oh wow, he is actually strong. The Sarissa keeps hitting him with the not front of it, and the halfling is grabbing and punching him. Gotta turn down my sound. The halfling is... This is going to be a long battle. Halfling manages to get a strong hit on him. But can the halfling did it. He defeated a man with a spear. But he is not done yet. On to the next round. Now we have the snake archer who loves snakes. And versus the thunder guy. And who has a shabby beard. Let's see who wins. Yeah, just one lightning bolt tears in shreds. Let's continue. Okay. We have the healer versus the shield bearer. But we know who's going to win because shield bearer is the only one who does damage. Healer just stands there menacingly and does nothing. The healer does not want to die. But gets hit and can't survive the next. Ooh, can survive the next one. Can survive this one? No, I mean yes. Can I survive this one? No, I can't. Can a guy with a banjo defeat a guy with a shield and an axe? Let's see. No, he's too cowardly. No. Kill him. No! Bard! No! Who can win? A giant machine that can kill almost anything, or a guy with a boulder? The boulder does not manage to kill it, and the ballista fires and makes him go to the space. We have a giant ship versus a headbutter. Oh, and she dies. We have a giant mammoth that died and went extinct 2 billion years ago. And we have a scarecrow who has crow with twitching eyes and crow with other twitching eyes. This crow's fine, and so is that one. Can scarecrow defeat mammoth? Mammoths must go extinct again. And the mammoth seems safe. Mammoth is actually killing the crows. Crows are not doing their job. And the mammoth won. We have a minotaur with stubby hands. And more stubby hands. Versus the squire who is just in training. Ian charges and headbutts him, but does not kill him. But he sees an opportunity and smashes him again, but then almost falls off the cliff. But then manages to land a punch and kill the squire. He happy. Okay, now we have a guy who maybe those are black market potions versus a guy from the last century who can win. Potion immediately drunkens or makes him sick, and he wants to kill himself for some reason. Clubber, what are you doing? Clubber, don't. Clubber, do. Oh no, he got confused. Okay, next round. We have a guy from the last century, but with a spear. And with these guys, he's just feeding this Bob an apple. So let's see who wins. Oh, yeah, they just ran him with the cart. Okay. Now we're on to the top 32. No, wait, 16. We've met these two foes before. Somehow he's made it to this round. But let's see who can win. Valkyrie immediately charges and gets stuck in him. But then he tries to push him away with the ice barrels and misses and misses and misses. And he managed to get one hit on the Valkyrie, and he wins and goes on to the 8 rounds. We have the guy with the shield fighting against the king. The king's definitely gonna win with one strike. He stabs him, he smashes him in the back and breaks his bones. And now he gets to fight against the person who's in the next arena. Half-lit child versus Thunder guy. Thunder guy immediately, he took 2 shocks to kill him. And the snake archer only took 1, which is strange. But next round, shield against shield, but one has an axe. Who will win? He strikes with an axe and bonks him on the head and says, okay, that's good. And he ends the round. On this side, we have Scythe Girl with their giant scythe. And Ballista Boy He charges up, but then he's too close and starts swiping, but managed to totally knock out every single bone in their body and distort everything. It's really weird. Or you twist your neck around, whatever. On to the next round. Can the Vikings, with their long ships, with their 5 people, defeat a mammoth? Let's find out. Mammoth charges and smashes their boat, and their boat goes flying. While all of their units survive except for one. They start charging with their swords and manage to get it half HP, but then it's rolled over, and they die. Let's go on to the next 2 units. Now we got Chief versus Tor. Minotaur, guy with arms and his bull. He smashes into him, but then he survives the hit, and he hugs him and smashes him with his body weight. Let's go into the final 2 people before the 8. We have Potion Seller, who makes people do weird things, and we have guy with the trio of guys, and they immediately run into him again. Let's go to the Sweet 8. On this side we have the King versus the Jarl. They're both kings of a certain tribe. Smashes him, but then the King misses his shots, and then he uses Ice Arena to lower his health, but then he gets hit and then he dies. Yeah, sad. Now we have guy with thunder versus the guy with axe and shield. Thunder strikes and he manages to survive 2 hits. Now he can't handle the 3rd one though. Now moving on to the last 2 battles of the quarterfinals. Were ballistas supposed to shoot mammoths? I don't know, because mammoths weren't alive when these were made. So let's find out. Mammoth tries to charge in, and managed to do it before he could launch his arrow. And the mammoth goes on to fight whoever the next round is. We have the Minotaur with his mighty hands that can strike down any opponent. That's what he says. And we have the Wheelbarrow, who has his friends who are going to doppelgang on him. They've both charged, but they managed to kill the trio, and kill the other one, and he has him in his hands. And the Minotaur charges for this final attack, and goes on to fight the mammoth on the next round. We have the guy with thunder versus the King. He starts striking with thunder, but it's not effective. Then the King manages to get 1 hit and knocks out like 1/3 of his HP. I don't know. He tries to strike again, and it hits. This lightning guy is just slowing down his health slowly, but 1 more hit and he's dead. And the King manages to get the hit, but he misses. He still tries to hit, and finally hits. And now he goes to fight on whoever beats the next round. Animal versus animal. Minotaur charges in, and so does the mammoth, but he takes more damage than the mammoth. And he charges in for the mammoth again, and smashes and gets crumpled up into a pile. How do you feel, mammoth? Okay. Well, now the mammoth will be fighting the King. We have the king of all kings for now, until he fights. He has his nice rubies. And we have the mammoth of awesomeness. Right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Mammoth charges in. All night takes a bunch of damage, but he also does a bunch of damage. He tries to fight the mammoth off of him, and he manages to get to half health. Can he kill the mammoth? He slices again, but the mammoth charges and almost talks him off the cliff. But he manages to stand his ground and kills the mammoth. And the king has won! Woo! Yeah, let's go! Woo woo! Yay, confetti effects! Woo woo! Stay tuned for the next video, when we find out the last 4 factions. Then we fight the last 3 together. See you then. Adios!